Cool. Tell us about the food in Roslindale.
Yeah, so there's some great neighborhood restaurants in Roslindale. First and foremost is
In this video, we're going to cover Roslindale. Adam, tell us all about Roslindale.
Yeah, so Roslindale is one of several different boroughs, if you will, or neighborhoods of Boston. Like so many other different areas, it has its own ethos and its own personality. It's a great spot for young professionals, people who are maybe empty nesters who are looking to right size into a smaller property from the suburbs, but want to be close to the city. You know, unlike living in Boston proper, where you're either in a brownstone or a condo in a big building, perhaps. In Roslindale, you can get a little bit more value for your dollar. So maybe you can get like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo with a yard or an outdoor space, or maybe a garage or parking space at a quote unquote reasonable price, as opposed to something much, much smaller in like Back Bay or downtown Boston. But it is important to note that Roslindale is part of Boston. If you're living in Roslindale, you're paying Boston taxes, your kids are going to Boston schools. It's just a different neighborhood of Boston.
Awesome. And then we have Roslindale Square.
Yeah, so like so many different communities, Roslindale is built around sort of a general gathering spot. And in this case, it's called Roslindale Square. What's really nice about Roslindale Square, as you can see on the map here, is that it's built around a little green area, green space. So in the summertime and the fall, there's gatherings there. There might be outdoor concerts or farmers markets during the weekends.
Cool. Tell us about the food in Roslindale.
Yeah, so there's some great neighborhood restaurants in Roslindale. First and foremost is Pleasant Street Cafe, which is an old neighborhood staple. It was established, I think, in like 1937 or something like that. And you literally, if you walk in there, nothing has changed since that time. It's a great pizza joint. That's what they're known for. Big slices. They have other things too, subs and calzones. It's just a really old school, sort of a divey pizza place, but it's very well known and beloved by many in the city. You also have Delfino's, which is a really great Italian restaurant in Roslindale Square. They have some fabulous dishes. It's a small spot. They have great bread. I love their bread. And then you've also got right around the corner from Delfino's a place called Birch Street Cafe. And Birch Street Cafe is really nice. It has a couple of different styles of food. There's Mediterranean and American. It's really cool because it shares an outdoor terrace with a few other restaurants in that area. And they're all kind of private from the street. They're sort of in the back, protected by buildings. There's trees back there and lights. And it makes for a really fun, kind of magical feel and vibe back there. So those are some great restaurants and places to eat in Roslindale.
Okay, and those are all pretty much in the square?
Yeah, well, Pleasant Street Cafe is not. Pleasant Street Cafe is in a different part of Roslindale, just up the road. But Delfino's and Birch Street Cafe are both in Rosy Square.
Cultural diversity. I was surprised to see this. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Roslindale is one of the top neighborhoods for cultural diversity in all of Boston, which is great. You're seeing all kinds of different demographics living and enjoying what Roslindale has to offer. So young professionals, empty nesters, all kinds of different groups, different ages, different professions, moving into Roslindale as a place that they want to be. It's great because it is on public transportation. There is the commuter rail. So there's not the T in Roslindale. The T ends in Jamaica Plain, which borders Roslindale. But you do have a commuter rail stop, which will take you right into the city. And you also have buses that run very regularly throughout Roslindale on all the main thoroughfares. So there is still a good amount of public transportation in the area.
What are some things to do in Roslindale?
There's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, again, as I mentioned, Roslindale Square is great. There's farmers markets in the warmer months. There's outdoor concerts and things in the little green space. Turtle Swamp Brewery, which is based in Jamaica Plain, has a satellite location in Roslindale. There is the Arnold Arboretum, which again sort of borders on the Jamaica Plain Roslindale line. The Arboretum is free. It's the oldest arboretum in the country. It's beautiful. It's just got tons of trees and plants and flowers. It's gorgeous. I don't know how many acres it is, but it's a lot of acreage of land. That's a really fun way to spend an afternoon or a day. There's Adams Park, which is more of kind of like a playground with ball fields. You go there for intramural games and whatnot. So there's a good amount to do in Roslindale as a place to hang out and live.
And the Arnold Arboretum, cherry blossoms?
Right. So they have I believe it's a cherry blossom festival each year. Usually it's in late April or early May. And it's obviously in conjunction with the cherry blossom trees. It's always a huge hit. It's very, very busy there that year. Everything's free. They have food trucks come in of different vendors, that walk through the Arboretum, like balloon vendors and things like that. So it's a really nice way for a family to spend a day or an afternoon.
That's so cool. It seems like a very vibrant community.
It absolutely is a vibrant community. As I alluded to earlier, the more and more people that are moving into Boston, either from other parts of Massachusetts or from out of state, they're discovering all these different communities. And Roslindale is one of the ones that they really gravitate towards. Again, because there is a little bit more value for your dollar for what you can afford, in terms of a home to purchase. And then the proximity to Boston proper through the commuter rail, and then just the things that you can do and the places you can go.
That's great. All right, guys, if you need any information on Roslindale, hit up Adam, and he's your guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I love working with buyers and sellers in Roslindale. It's a super popular area. I've worked with a lot of clients over the years to find homes to buy in Roslindale or to sell in Roslindale. So definitely let me know if I can be of any help. Hey guys, if you're liking this content and are eager to hear more, I would encourage you to keep on watching. Click on the button to subscribe, and you will be the first to get new fresh content as soon as I put it on the internet.